There's the water puddle from car camping last night. Alright, we're heading out on a hike in southern Ohio near West Virginia on the eastern side. And we're going to do a hike we've never done before, like most of them. But this one I know has been told people that it's not, they think, some people have reported that the trail is not maintained and they get lost. So this ought to be interesting. And there's really no features on it other than a walk in the woods. There's no views, there's no water, there's no waterfalls. But it should be quiet at least. And there's probably no mobile signal either, I think, in a lot of parts. Look how dirty my windshield is. Maybe I can clean it later. This is called the Sims Creek Trail and also the Morgan Sisters Trail if we do the double loop, if we do them all. This road is very, very bumpy. I don't know if you heard what I said, Sims Creek Trail and Morgan Sisters Trail. I think the left lane is not quite as bumpy. My screen just went blank and rebooted. See that? While I'm driving. Yep. Eventually they'll start up. Eventually. And the autopilot is on. And it's steering. Is it? I think it's steering. Otherwise we would have gone off the road by now, right? Can't change lanes or anything. HVAC is still on, but you can't adjust it. Well, let's see if we can make this turn. It's turning, isn't it? We would have been off the road by now again. Oh, there we go. Pop back on. There we go. Now it's going to put the route back in, I think, that we had, I think. Eventually. It's a process. There we go. Put the route back in. See if I can switch lanes now at this point. Like, yeah. It's still working. It hasn't even put the route in. It's taking its long, long time to get it done. Still not time. It's almost 3 minutes just on this video. Just one clip on this video. Oh, it's recognizing we're on US Highway 35 now in Jackson, Ohio. I think I might need to just cancel it out. I don't know if it's going to do it. It finally worked. It took like 10 minutes to recover. Alright, never mind what I said. Change of plans. We're going to head south. We're going to go to a trail in this area. We're skipping it because we're we're not going to backtrack like we said back to Ohio. We're actually going to go straight into West Virginia. I'm going to go on some back roads now. Lots of back roads to get to where we're going to go. New trail. So we're heading down south of Huntington. Instead of taking the main road that loops around to the right and along the river, we're going to go straight line through these back roads. Well, this is Sims Creek. This is where we're going to, along this creek, just north of here is where we were going to hike. There's the sunrise, kind of. Look at that, it's weird. There's the sun trying to peek through the fog. It's taking us a while to get to this hike. We're on a detour now because the bridge was out on the original road. In case you're wondering, we are still in Ohio, and we will be until we cross past Huntington, across the river. We'll be in West Virginia then for the hike. There's some bad fog here. It might have been good that we've waited to do this. I guess as we're approaching Huntington on the river, maybe it'll get worse as we do that. Okay, so we're heading into West Virginia finally. Ohio River. And there's Huntington over there. Okay, so what we're doing is the Mary Davis Trail. It turns out it's in Beech Fork State Park. Beechfork. Whoa. We're almost there. We saw a road, the road we were driving on, crumbling right there where the guardrail was. Not here, but in another section, it was crumbling away. There was pieces of the road missing that had fallen down a super steep embankment. Maybe I'll show you that on the way back, if we're going back that way. This kind of stuff here is that it was crumbling away. You can see it's starting to crumble away there. Not as bad as we saw before. All right, we're entering. All right, looks like there's no admission charge. We just talked to the person there for hiking. I will never understand this kind of camping, this whole RV park. I will never understand it.
You like to talk to people and tell them your stories.
You don't need to go camping to be hanging around that close to people. So we're like back behind the camping area. I think this is like the parking area for the trailhead. Pretty sure. It's kind of tucked way back in here. You don't even notice it's here, but it is here. Okay, here's the map. All right, so you can see where we are. We're starting right here. All right, and the idea is to go along this trail around the lake. I think it'd be a nice view.
The orange trail.
Yeah, and it connects and it keeps going around, and then there's another spur. You see right there? Now, if we do this, no. If we do this doesn't seem very interesting. But if we take the spur, maybe make an out and back, there's a point. Actually, there's a point on the lake here, which looked really neat, even more so than this one, and more remote. So I think we might end up modifying, instead of doing a loop, go out and then out to this point over here, and then come back. And is there a way to cut through here? No. Yeah, we may have to come back to it. So it may end up being an out and back, but it'll be along the lake the whole way instead of this. This is There's nothing really down here, I don't think. That's the plan. So the sun is finally out. Now we can go under the trees. Hopefully this is the trail. I like the picnic accommodations. So we're starting at about 8:40. It's a little bit later than we usually get started. I forgot my battery pack. Denise is getting all the spider webs for me, I think. Are you? I had to go back for the battery pack.
You get them. I already have bugs on pasture out here.
It smells like cow pasture.
Not you. Even though it was fun living to think it was you.
All right, we go right here according to the map I saw. I'm getting hit with all kinds of spider webs out here. And this place definitely is not as remote as you might think. There's people, you can hear them, there's cars, you can hear them, but at least when you're on this trail, you're out on the other side of the lake. I think everyone else is on the opposite side. And I don't think anyone seems to want to come over here or do any hiking. It doesn't seem like.
They're busy grilling.
Yeah, here's the lake. I hear boats over there. You can see all the campers and trailers and everything. Okay, gotta keep doing this to get rid of all the spider webs. And pretty soon we'll get away from these campground areas and it should be a lot quieter. It's just mainly in the beginning of this hike if you're going along the lake shore. You can still hear the camping people. All right, this is the first point on the lake. There's like no view here, but we're not gonna go on the Mary Davis the whole way. We're gonna break off of it, make it out and back. I think we will have a viewpoint when we go off of it at a little point on the lake like this. It'll be like a scenic view, I think. I'm hoping when we get there anyway. But it's already getting quieter now that we're turning the corner. I don't know if I mentioned since we've been here, but we're finding that there is signal in a lot of places, not all, for AT&T, but not for Verizon. So I have no internet on my phone right now, but my car is AT&T. Whoa, that's what we're finding out here. Look, they made a fallen tree into a walkway, kind of. If you want to, like a balance beam. You want to try it out? But Denise is going to try out the balance beam. Oh. We're along the lake, remember, the whole time. It's to our right. And if we make it out and back, which we will, it'll be on the other side on the way back. Yeah, so much quieter here than near the campgrounds. So much quieter. No one wants to walk more than 100 yards. That's it. They're done. All right, to get to this point, we're a little over 1.5 miles in and a little over 30 minutes.
It's just taking forever.
But it's quiet now.
Yeah, no more barking dogs.
Yeah, slamming doors, screaming kids, all that stuff, they're all gone now. Yeah, this is a real canopy of trees. There's some cobwebs, but not as many as before. Before was a very, very young forest, so this is young too, but I don't know, it seems like there's not as much underbrush, undergrowth. It's just the trees. And then there's the water over there. All right, I'm not sure, but I think maybe this is a continuation of the trail, or maybe that's nothing, actually, because this is the same trail mark right here, red, that we were on recently. So maybe it's not, but there will be a split off soon that we're gonna take off of this Mary Trail or whatever we're on. Looks like almost nobody comes back in this area. It's like we're going through a meadow now. It's a really low area. There's the lake. We're at the lake level. And there's like a little feeder stream in here. Oh, this is a picnic table bridge. Check it out. Maybe that's why that picnic table is there.
Yeah, that makes a nice bridge.
Oh. Yeah, we're right at the lake now. This is really the only scenery is the lake, and you can see the sun's that way to the right. Well, now it is because we're curving around. The lake is still to our right, but the sun is on the other side of this hill, so it's actually a good for a summer hike. It'd be really cold in the wintertime because of that.
Foraging. You see there a bear right here.
Oh. Yeah, it's quiet here. You hear those flies? That's all you hear. Yeah, this is the shower area of the back. Jump in the lake, Denise says. Ooh. I don't know if there's many boats. I don't even know if there's boats allowed in this. This is not a big lake. It's not very wide. It's great if there's no boats allowed. It's even better if you ask me. I'm not a boat person. It says hazard area. So it says there.
And the sailboat will run down.
There is a boat out there. I see one.
Pontoon.
Look at these webs. Wow. I think we might make this an out and back just so I don't have to keep doing this for the rest of the hike. All right, we're moving away from the water. We've been hiking for about an hour, a little over an hour now, I think. We're getting close to 3 miles. You see, we're not along the lake anymore. We're kind of in a little ravine or something that shoots in here, a wet area. And we're gonna have to cross it when we get on the new trail.
Like it used to be a road.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Denise is saying a road. It looks wide enough. All right, we think this is the trail that we're supposed to take to get to that other point. We'll try it and see where it leads. Yeah, this trail is not as well used, if it is a trail.
It's not wet.
We're like in the marsh area. I'm guessing after heavy rains, you're not going to be able to go down here. And I'd assume that this is a trail. Because right now it's... I guess we're going to cross through here. Maybe that's why it's not really mentioned much, because I'm guessing after rains you can't use it. Where? Blue tape?
Yes.
I don't know. This is it. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, just a marker to know where you are, or it was closed off at some point. I don't know. It's Shimano, right? Isn't that a gear changer for bikes? Is this like a mountain biking trail? We got to cross through the water. Yeah, this is definitely not going to be good after heavy rains. Okay, we're officially out of this area, but we got to cross this creek. And I think we can. I think this is definitely a mountain bike trail, but we just have to walk. But keep this in mind, if you're going after heavy rain, I don't think you're going to be able to walk in this area on this part. Deer tracks? Bike tracks. Now we're going uphill. I think we're finally getting out of this grassy low area, going up higher now. Turning a pretty hard corner here. Like I said, I think it might be a lookout point up here. At the point on the lake, oh my gosh, that was a lot of hill. I hope there is. And we have a picnic maybe, and then turn around and go back. But I don't know. I have no idea, really. Yeah, because we are raising an elevation as we approach this point on the lake. I know that it's there because of the map. So maybe there'll be a nice view. Yeah, it looks like mountain biking stuff here. Look at that, we've definitely increased in some elevation. More to go, it looks like. But not far from the top, I can see sky beyond those leaves there. All right, we're up here. We're gonna go around this hollow, ravine, whatever this is. And then on the other side over there, there might be a view of the lake. I think this trail wraps around to that side. This is where it starts, and then it just drops off suddenly. See? All that gets washed out. Yeah, we're going straight up here, it looks like. Whoa. All right, we turn to the right, starting to level out somewhat. Still uphill. How you doing? That was a steep hill right there. Steep. Even though there's nothing showing it and we go a little closer to the lake there, I think that this is actually the official lookout point over here. I think we have to walk in there where there's a little opening through the trees.
I'm not going in there.
All right, I'm gonna go check, I'm gonna go test it out. Well, there's too many trees. It would be a nice viewpoint of the lake, but there's just too many trees. So, if you could clear some trees, this would be a nice place to build a little house. Maybe somebody did have a house here. Well, we're almost 4 miles, so if we turn around here, it'll be almost 8. And yeah, I want to get some food. Denise says to check over here for a view. And then we'll turn around. You can see the lake way down there, just a little bit of it. Maybe there's a view here. This is where we get closest, right up here. And I'm starting to see water down there through the trees. Over there, you can't really see in this phone. There's a steep cliff right there. You can see water just barely, but someone will have to clear these trees out. That's the best we're gonna get. Well, this is it.
Okay. I guess we're gonna walk and see.
Okay, so hour and a half, almost 4 miles. That's what we're gonna go back after we eat and go back. We're getting very close to being back. And you can see people, we can hear people, we hear boats. We've seen kayakers, we've seen mountain bikers, we've seen other hikers. If you didn't get here any earlier than what we did, which was start hiking a little after 8:30, you're gonna not be the first one, but you won't have to break all the cobwebs like I did, but there'll be other people on the trail. And we also know some of those areas that had really high canopies of trees with none of the undergrowth, not like this, are just very steep. Actually, they had slopes like that, similar to this. It looks like they were never logged. They were just steeper and less room. Couldn't get any equipment in. And those were really nice areas. There's only a few of those on this hike. We're out here in early July, and then right now too, it's getting close to noon. It is extremely hot. I would not want to come here in the afternoon in the summer months.
It's okay, we can just get ice cream after this.
This is the original split. Look at the parking lot now. For us, this took a little over 3 hours, a little under 8 miles total distance. So the parking lot filled up while we were hiking, and the camping emptied out while we were hiking. It was full before when we arrived. I think this is where the road was crumbling. You can see they've reinforced some of it, at least in this section. This is the new section. There's another section up here that's not like that. Is this it right here? Not yet. See, that area is reinforced over there with a wall. But see how it starts to crumble in these areas? We'll see the section up here, not too far. I'm guessing it was along here somewhere. This has not been repaired. You can tell by the color of the road. It's older. You know, there's been lots of repaired sections. Well, here's one section where they just patched it. It's falling out, but there was a section worse than that where the chunk had fallen away